The slew of Warhammer Fest based videos continues because we've got to take a look at some Horus Heresy stuff, mainly because there's a plastic Cerastus Knight Lancer. Now you might have heard that I like me some knights. I quite like me some knights, some Imperial knights, some Chaos knights. I'm quite the fan of giant stompy mechs, and I have been somewhat lusting after the Knight Lancer. In fact, all of the Cerastus Knights for quite some time. There is, however, a downside to wanting one of these, and that is that it used to be 100% resin. And frankly, I don't want to put together something this big that is resin. I'm not interested in that. I don't want to do it. I don't want none of it. But now this one is plastic. And that makes me excessively happy. I am so glad that it looks like Cerastus Knights might be finally getting plastic releases. Oh my god. They're just different. They're just different from your Questoris Knights. Like, there's just something about them that I really, really like. They're a bit taller, they're a bit lankier, but they look a bit more developed, they're a bit sleeker. And of course, in the case of this particular one, the Knight Lancer, this one has got a significant slant towards melee because it carries a giant shield and a giant lance. And if that isn't peak absurdity when it comes to 40k, I don't know what is. This is a robot that is several stories tall that exists purely to stab other giant things with a lance. A lance! This is an age that has space wizards and weapons so powerful they can destroy cities from literally orbit. And yet, there's a lad with a shield and a lance. I love that, and I put it to you that everybody should love that. I mean, I'm just not seeing anything here to be unhappy about because it looks exactly like a Knight Lancer, because it's a Knight Lancer, except it's not resin, so it's going to be way cheaper. It's still going to be expensive. It's a knight. Knights are expensive. They're like £100+, so this is going to be easily that. But the thing is, it's going to be easily that, but it's not going to be 240 or whatever it is right now, which is significant. I don't think we'll quite be at the point where you'll be able to buy two of these for the price of one of what they used to cost. But you know what? Every little helps when it comes to creating an army of extremely big stompy mechs. Luckily, the resin one is still currently available on Forge World, so we can take a look at both and do a bit of a comparison. Obviously, the angles are not quite the same, but I mean, I'm looking at this plastic one right now, and I'm seeing lots of nice details. I'm seeing some very faithful recreations to what we had before, and I'm looking at this one now, and pretty much the same. Pretty much the same thing. I don't think they've really changed anything, necessarily. Maybe those little servos, those little joins on the legs are a little bit different. Even then, I think I was looking at that and I was seeing it just because it's painted different. I don't think there's any real separation going on here. I'm trying to figure out if the head is a little bit different. I don't know that it is. It's kind of hard to tell. I think it's still the same. I think it's just the angle of the photo that's a little bit different. I mean, look, all I've really wanted for I don't know how long is that particular line of knights in plastic, and we've got one of them, which means there's a significant chance that we're going to end up with more than one of them. I mean, if they're making a plastic Knight Lancer, is there any real reason that they can't make a Knight Acheron or a Knight Castigator? I mean, the overall chassis is the same, it's just the weapons and heads are different, and there's maybe a bit of variety in the pauldrons, but apart from that, they are the same thing. Who knows what the future could bring now that this lad exists, and, well, I'm happy. I am super happy, and I will end up owning one. I'm telling you right now that I'm not going to be painting the pilot, and the hatch is going to stay glued shut, and there's nothing you can do about it, because I don't want to paint that, and I don't care if you can't see it. So there. Now, we also have some cheeky characters for the Siege of Chthoniya. We have, for the Sons of Horus, a lad named Varen Ashahadden. Look, I gave it my best shot. If that wasn't good enough, then I don't know what to tell you. But I'm not going to try it again. I have to say, I'm not really sure what it is about this model, but he looks like he's got some girth to him. He looks like he's got a little bit of bulk going on. I feel like the legs are super heavily armoured. Got some nicely adorned armour there, some nice kind of runes and sigils like kind of embossed into it. That looks cool. I'm not 100% on the helmet, but it's okay. I do like the weapons though, especially that knife. That is a brutal, ugly looking knife. I like that a lot. Got a bit of classic back banner action going on as well, which, yeah, I mean, if you like it, then that's fine. I'm not a big back banner guy myself, but the rest of it, not bad. Got a few more angles here as well, which I'm definitely liking that axe. It's a cool looking axe. The bear head I'm not a fan of. I think actually I do prefer the helmet to the bear head, but then you'd be shocked if I said anything else, wouldn't you? Yeah, I do like all of those like symbols and markings. They've been done really nicely. I quite like that. Not a bad start, I don't think. We also have Lord Castellan, Evander Garius, and I like this one more, even if it is yellow. That is a quality-looking Terminator. Nice, chunky cataphractii armour, big old power fist. I really like the Volkite under the arm. Really, really liking this, lad. Yeah, that is solid. You know I'm a sucker for a good cloak, and this has got all the hallmarks of a classic cloak. It's got a nice billowing action. It's got some nice curves to it. Also got a bit of fur on top of the shoulders, which provides a lot of different textures. I mean, between the fur, the claws, the metal of the armour, the cloth of the straps that are hanging down, the cloak itself, there's a lot to have fun with on this. I really, really like this guy. I'm an absolute sucker for a good Terminator, and this is a good Terminator. I also like the fact that the dude he's stepping on, the guy he's stepping on, he's clearly been shot recently enough that there is still a glowing hole in the armour, right? Somehow, his head has been stripped. It is bereft of flesh, skin and hair, and muscle. It's just an exposed skull. But somehow he was alive like 30 seconds ago, and the skull is showing no signs of damage or burning or anything like that. Not quite sure what's going on there. Not really sure how that works, but you know what? I do appreciate the glowy effect in the armour all the same. Maybe the blast, just like the sheer force of it, ripped all of the skin and stuff off the head. Just blasted it away, leaving the skull picked clean with absolutely no signs of any sort of impact or damage. That, as I'm saying it out loud, that seems really unlikely. Or that guy was just walking around with no skin, which, I mean, that is hardcore. That is hot. Where are we going to get that model? This guy is fine, alright? Big Terminator lad, Evander Garius, Lord Castellan, that's all well and good. I want the story of the lad he's just shot, who was walking around the battlefield with no skin or musculature on his own head. Where is that character? Got some more details on the power fist there. That looks really, really good. Yeah, the cloak looks so nice. I love that cloak. I really like the setup of that Volkite as well. That's really cool. Thinking about it, maybe he just grabbed the head of the guy with the power fist and took his face off.
I'd like to take his face off.
Who knows? Who knows what really happened? Maybe that's something that could be explored by Games Workshop in the future. Come on, Black Library, let's hear the tale of the man with no skin. Anyway, with that absolute nonsense over, we also have a little bit of an update on some more infantry. That's right, we might actually get some more just standard normal infantry in the form of a plastic assault squad, which is what the people have been asking for. I'm pretty sure Night Lord and Blood Angels players have just been like out in the cold, unable to even do anything with their armies since everything's been moving to plastic, and they've desperately hankered after jump troops but have just not been able to get any. This is going to rectify that, so that's nice. Obviously they're beakies because everything is going to be beakies now. That's actually a bit unfair because they have put a roadmap down here, and yeah, to be fair, it's not going to be all beakies by the look of things. So in the summer we've got the Knight Lancer and we've got the characters and upgrades. Then more Lords of War, a Dreadnought. Now that's interesting, right? We've had the Leviathan, we've had the Contemptor. Does that mean we're getting a plastic Derrideo? Is that what that means? Because if that's what that means, I'm in. I'm in 100%. There's also an armor mark update as well. So, I mean, are they going to be updating older boxes? Is that what that's going to be? Guess we'll just have to wait and find out. Autumn, as well, by the way, a Primarch. Presumably this is going to be a Primarch that is going to be like Horus Ascended or something. Are we going to get a Demon Lorgar? Because that would be absolutely quality. That would be perfection. I want that. Anyway, Assault Squad won't be showing up until winter. Mystery Army release. That's super interesting. Oh, what if that turns out to be Mechanicus, though? Oh, that would be quality. That would be so bad for me. I would be in ruins. I would be in absolute ruins, because the only thing preventing me from getting a Mechanicus army is the horrendous cost of it. Like, it's awful how much that army costs. And yet, if it was plastic, I'd probably do it. We'll just have to wait and see. Luckily, time to save up between now and then. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to save up. Anyway, of all the Horus Heresy stuff shown, this is clearly the favourite. This is the one I'm liking, because it's a plastic Knight Cerastus, and that's what I want. I want all of them. If they could get every single one of the ones that use this chassis in plastic by, I don't know, tomorrow, that'd be fantastic. Let's go. We still have the old world to cover, which we will do tomorrow, along with the kill team stuff as well. I think then we'll have been all caught up, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to wait and see. While you wait for those, though, feel free to click all the things. Let me know what you think about the Horus Heritage reveals in the comments down below. Click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe button, so click it if you like, don't click if you don't want to. And as always, there's an affiliate link in the description for Element Games, which you can use to support the channel if you like. I'll leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.